Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's move this over a smidge. Because my window's not exactly 1440p here, but maybe I'll fix that someday, but maybe not. Alright, well, let's get going here. I just switched the stream over to public now, so it's a little bit easier to keep track of my videos from outside my channel. And should be one of the last few days before my friend joins. I'm going to kind of start over again to an extent. I'll share a base with him, kind of teach him the ropes. He's never really played a whole lot of Minecraft before, so it'll be interesting. Good experience to learn back from the basics and get some ideas from him on ways that, you know, because I have my own way of thinking about things since I've played for a little while. I've done a whole bunch of updates since my other videos, which are still private right now, so no one else has seen them yet, I'm sure. And I mean, they're hours and hours long, so there's really no reason to go back and look at them. I've got just a small basic castle type thing going on here. Simple build, part of the world's destroyed. With all these trees, I was having fun with dynamite earlier. And IC2, there's a sticky dynamite. And I was flying around, dropping dynamite on creepers and skeletons and things for fun. So there's kind of some holes in the world now. Oh, I just got enough basalt here to finish up this little area. I think fudge, because this is kind of irritating. Well, actually, I don't think I have enough yet, but now that I think about it. But I've got more, and that's more important. I need to get this fixed up. So this is just kind of an experimental base. I had a buildcraft system set up to refine oil. I might reset that up again. I had to move my base up a level. I just finally got to the point where I have enough. Or I shouldn't say nothing. I have enough slate. I had, or not slate, basalt. I had a base over there in the corner where that home location is, and it was down 2 levels, so I kind of moved all my stuff up. I have things kind of sorted by chunk. The black inverted lamps are the lines of the chunk. The yellow ones are the center of a chunk. The gray ones are just to kind of fill in the gaps evenly, because otherwise I'd have some light issues still left over. I put a whole bunch of inverted gray lamps on my castle walls to prevent mobs spawning there as well. There's still some things I got to clean up on the outside of the walls. There's a few explosions that happened. A few incidences with dynamite. I still need to clean this up at some point, but I'm not too worried about that. I have just a basic entrance that I need to fix because I was messing with stuff. Yeah, I put I had arrows in here originally just for fun, and then I put dynamite in there, and it, you know, just for fun, and that, you know, attracting some mobs and stuff. But I'll have to fix that up at some point too. I can fly around because I have the flux infused jet plate, and I crafted it with the I forget what it's called. You can change the jetpack effects. Might have to type in the name of the mod. Yeah, you can give it, particle customizers. I just chose none. The sound for the jetpack isn't on right now because I glitched that out. I don't have a way to turn it off yet. For some reason the config file doesn't work. I might just go like within the options here. If you go to the mod options and you go to simply jetpacks, you should be able to override the default sound. I wanted to turn that off because I don't want to listen to the sound of a jetpack the whole time. However, every time when I click false and stuff, it doesn't actually stick. But the reason it doesn't work right now is because I've overloaded the sound with these. I have chickens in a grate underneath there. But I need to get rid of those because they do cause a little bit of server lag and stuff. So it's about time to get rid of those. I might keep them nearby, like maybe in an unloaded chunk somewhere close by that I don't want necessarily always loaded, but I can just fly over there and, you know, use it to glitch the sound again. That's the one thing that I like about them. There's so many down there that I can glitch the sound and stop the jetpack, but it causes issues like this. Like, this shouldn't be there. There shouldn't be no reason why monsters should spawn there. Because if I just take the lamp and replace it, you can see it's gone now. And I've got 100,000 eggs. I just have all these chickens down here in this little hole. And a black hole unit that's just been collecting eggs. I have a void, a black hole thing, whatever they're called. Hopper. Vacuum hopper, that's the name of it. Fantastic little thing. But I think it's about time that we got rid of these chickens. So, I think the most humane way is to just take this lava bucket and pour it down there. So, I got rid of most of them. I can take humanely slaughtered the last few. There was 5 even in this little last part, at least. There we go. Well, I took care of that, thankfully. Now we can, I should probably put torch down there for now until I fix that area up. Cool. There it is. I've got my wireless crafting terminal. Got a little, yeah, just a super basic ME network setup. Enough to store some things. I'm going to need to put another ME drive on it with some more 16Ks at some point, so I can just start chucking everything in there. Do have a bunch of crap and chests over there. I don't have any system set up yet to automatically handle items. It's kind of a next thing. It's something I need to do next project, but I'm not too worried about that right now because I'm going to be more or less starting back over when I move in with my friend who is going to be playing for the first time. I have an area that I've kind of staked out that's not too far from here because I still want to have access to this base and the other folks who play on the server, which are my mom and dad. Their base is over there, not far away. Yeah, I will stow all my stuff except for probably my cleaver and my pickaxe, so I'm not too far advanced. But I'll kind of walk him through things, and we'll start off with a dirt hut. I mean, we gotta start from the basics and work our way up. I'll have to teach him about the concepts, how to use the JEI for configuring or for finding out how to craft items and things like that, as well as how to understand some of the things that I don't, it's not called Whale anymore. I'm not sure what the mod is that shows the name of the blocks at the top anymore. I'd have to look that up again because that Whale got replaced with, I think, like Howla, how's it pronounced? HWLA, and then even that's been is not used in several packs anymore. There's another one to replace that, but I don't know. That's not a big deal. I'll have to look that up at some point. But knowing what it means when the red X pickaxe versus no tool versus axe, and then there's certain blocks that tell you that require, you know, iron level, diamond level, covering that with him and how that system works. And, you know, hopefully someday working up to ME, but getting him introduced into the whole concept of doubling ores, you know, instead of just putting ore into a furnace, you can crush it in a quartz grindstone, or you can melt it in a Tinker's Construct smeltery. Once you have some RF, you can create a pulverizer, or or through Ender.io they have the alloy smelter, the grind. What is the name of it? I always forget. So many mods. SAG mill, SAG mill, okay. Nice. Well, now that we took care of those chickens, I should place a few more of my basalt down. Try to fill in as much of this as I can. I'm gonna probably need to make a few more lamps here. Oh, fudge sickles. I'm no expert builder by any means. Like, I'm not a person who is good at building anything for any reason. I'm just, in fact, I'll have some super complex system that has an awesome, like, logistical value in my base. You know, it might be some crazy contraption where I'm like, I have things all over the place that are processing all different kinds of ores automatically and things like that, and yet I'll live in a dirt hut. I don't know, I don't usually care that much about aesthetics. Well, yeah, we can go ahead and put the one along this chunk line here, and then this chunk line here. Well, I'm not. This isn't the chunk. This is the chunk line going this way. This is the center of these chunks. So anywho, I should put that lava bucket back in there and put that back in my backpack. It's always useful to have a tank of lava. Oh, I got 3 tanks of lava. Cool. I should check my oil. I should probably done pumping. I've got tons and tons of oil. Right now I'm just using it to turn into naphtha and then into refined fuel form. I only have 4 compression dynamos. Everything this whole time has been only powered from 4 compression dynamos. The only large RF cube I've seen so far in this pack is going to be the draconic one, and I don't know how to make that yet, so I've got to look up some videos on how to make the draconic energy ball, which I heard is pretty ridiculous when you get to the higher level tiers. As far as I know, it's the only thing besides just putting a crap ton of these max capacitor banks or putting a whole bunch of RF tools power cells and linking them together. I really wish Mechanism was in this pack. I'm really missing that mod. I love Mechanism, and it has a fantastic energy cell type thingy, which gets pretty ridiculous as well, but I like the way that it works. Not that I actually really need to store that much RF, I don't know. Well, let's take a look at how this works. Mobs usually don't spawn, but and I should really fix this again. It's already kind of broken. This one's got a button. I can chuck this one on here. It's not really useful for defense by any means, but it is what it is for now. Alright. I have little bees going here. I was breeding tons and tons. Cultivated drones just to get some combs and stuff out. I had that automated. I might get back into bees later. There's my little cow farm. Because for farming up some pink slime, I needed that for a little while. Normally people would put a machine here, like an animal separator, which would separate the babies from the actual adults, and you would just kill them. But I don't find that to be the humane way to do it. I like the cows freely choosing to die, right? Like, I don't want to just be murdering babies all day long. That's kind of like not humane, you know what I mean? Like, this way the cows get to choose if they want to die. I don't even lead them over here. I let them jump on here and choose for themselves to be slaughtered. They know what they're getting into. They have the ability and the intelligence to understand, because they see all the other cows that come over here and get murdered, you know, from that machine. So it's completely their choice, as opposed to just like as soon as they pop out a baby, the baby gets shoved through with that animal separator machine. That's just not humane. Come on, guys, you're better than this. I don't really need pink slime anymore, but not in the quantities that I have it now. Which is why, part of the reason why I never really fully automated that. Like, I don't even have a wheat farm besides this manual one to fill the thing, and you know, it's not fully sustainable. If every one of these cows jumped over there, I'd be done for. But this will breed up some new guys, and, you know, maybe they'll all jump over there and die, or maybe they won't. I don't really need them anymore anyways. I've got plenty of leather, and I've got 67 buckets of slime, which is more than enough to make any pink slime ingots that I'd like if I make more tinker's tools with it, or use the pink slime to make some more industrial foregoing machines. That was my cat, if you heard that thing falling. She's been super annoying all day. Yeah, that's my mom right there online right now. And that's their base over there. He's got a better farm than I do for sure. Or they do, I should say. My mom goes down and mines tons and tons of stuff. He's got way more liquid EXP than I do too. I say he because my dad's the one who's played a lot more. He's the one helping my mom understand more and more about the game. But she's really gotten into Minecraft a lot lately too, which is cool. I mean, Minecraft has something for everybody, you know? You don't have to be just a logic-minded thinker to love setting up complex type things. You could be somebody who just loves to build awesome things, or you could be someone who loves to just dig and find that next diamond ore, find that next gold ore, you know, those rare things, or draconium and stuff like from mod packs and things like that, or lapis, which is neat. Like, that's why this game is so fun in my opinion, especially the mod creators, mod and mod pack creators. They deserve some credit too, because they're involved in helping configure these mods to work together. And while you need to absolutely make sure that the mod creators get the credit where credit is due, this game, Java Edition Minecraft specifically, and honestly probably Minecraft as a whole, there's tons of things that mods inspired that made it into the Minecraft game. But they have kept this game alive for so long. And there's several games like that that either gained a whole new life or a whole new genre was created by either like a mod or an addition to the game. Like Dota, Defense of the Ancients, that was created as just a map pack idea, like a scripted map for Warcraft 3, right? That spawned an entire genre, you know, of games. The mobile, the MOBAs, mobile online battle arenas. Now there's games with that genre. It's insane to see things like that kind of transpire and come about. But these mods have given a whole new life to Java Edition, and I'm glad that when Microsoft bought Mojang that they didn't get rid of it, that they didn't remove Java, because I mean, let's face it, Java Edition doesn't make them as much money as the Bedrock Edition does. And Bedrock is still fun, and it's still got a huge following. I think more people play Bedrock than Java because it's cross-compatible, and it's more familiar. It's available on all the consoles. It's available on, well, I said all the recent consoles. I mean, you know, mobile devices and Windows, and it's a lot of fun in its own right. But I'm glad that they still released the updates for the Java Edition, because that's the one that supports these mods. With Bedrock Edition, you have like you still have like the resource packs, and you still have there's a it's not called mods, I forget what they're called, but they have a specific thing that are similar to mods, but a lot of them, from what I've seen, are things that you gotta buy or pay for. Same with skins. You get a few free skins, but you don't get to create your own custom skin like you do with Java. I didn't create my skin. I downloaded a free one, but because I'm not an artiste by any means, but that's nice that you don't have to pay for them. I mean, you buy just the game, and then all the mods are free. Of course, you're encouraged to support them if you can. Like, donating some money to the mod creators helps them out to keep producing super high quality mods. And you know, at some point every mod dies off, like, and gets replaced. I've been playing Minecraft for such a long time now that I've seen like the evolution of some things. For example, we have Project Red Exploration right now. Jeez, it's Project Red Core and Project Red Exploration. So Project Red, is really based on blue power, which is based on red power, right? If you go back way back in the day, red power was a mod that added these cool redstone wires and stuff that you could line up and put alongside of the side of blocks and things. I have some of my inventory from this Project Red mod. Yeah, this red alloy wire. So that goes all the way back to red power. That's a fantastic wire. It's one of my favorite things. It's the one thing that I wish Ender.io wires, the redstone, worked better. I don't like the way that Ender.io's thing does that. I would use Ender.io if I could, but I still use this instead because it works so well. And you can bundle channels and stuff together with bundled cable, and you can connect it and wire it up to like open or computer craft, and then your computers can send like blue wire signals, and I could wire up a whole thing and wire up a computer here, and then send signals to, I could set up all different kinds of cannons and then send certain things where, hey, if it's this, then, you know, I could say, okay, the distance is about 10 Minecraft blocks, put that in there, and then adjust it to which cannons would fire up here to determine the distance and where they're going to shoot the dynamite, which would take a lot of time, but I could. It's just a, you know, a possibility, and all kinds of other things that you could do with it. I mean, it's fantastic, the level of creation that you can put in. I mean, you can see all of the cool, crazy contraptions people come up with just the basic redstone in Minecraft. And then, you know, what's it called, AE, Planner Logistics. That's gotten a lot of changes to it. There's AE2 now, Industrial Craft. It's a lot different than it used to be. Well, it's IC2. Even when I started playing it was still IC2, but even that's come a long, long way since like I was playing Tekkit. Was my first introduction to mods. The Technic launcher. It was just called Tekkit. It wasn't Tekkit Classic. It was just Tekkit. That was the only mod pack that was there, and then they started coming out with new other mod packs and stuff. Back when Buildcraft was the only way to transfer items across from like chests and stuff into furnaces, which by today's standards is just the pipes are not useful. But yeah, this is kind of where my thought was, where me and my friend can start. It's not a bad area. There's that little cave nearby. It's not far from our bases. We'll be able to run over there if we needed to for some reason. Just to go visit. Occasionally visit each other. So, it'll be fun. It's always great to introduce someone who you think will have a good time playing the game. And seeing how they take it and how they go off and what they do. You know, maybe he'll explore mods that I know nothing about. This thing has 150 plus mods in it. There's plenty that I've never even messed with before, like in RF Tools, for example. I've never built worlds. I've never really gone far in that mod. And with actually additions, I've only done the basic stuff. For that adds a whole system called Grid Power, and they have all kinds of cool things that you can do. I wonder if they have that mod. Yeah, I want to get into computer craft again because I'm actually in programming class now. I go to the Fox Valley Technical College, and I am in the software development and web development programs. What was the name of that? Man, I'm trying to think now. There's a neat mod that allowed you to put things into smaller dimensions, basically. Like you could create like a 9x9 or 11x11 like room that would stay chunk loaded, and you could put tons and tons of stuff in there. I mean, I had a base that was like, it was like an Inception type thing. So you have these little, it's just a block. So in the overworld, imagine a block like just one of these, except that you could shift right click or whatever, and then you'd appear inside the block, you know, quote unquote. It wasn't, you know, real, but you're in a dimension that was just a small little thing. It was just an enclosed box that you couldn't break. You know, this material's made just like bedrock, so you couldn't break it, and it was just a cube on all sides, up, down, left, right, back, forth. And it would be the size like a 9x9, a 5x5, based on how you crafted it. There were different material requirements for the different dimensions, and you could build like a whole complex type machine in there. Like I had one where I set my whole extreme reactor inside there, which is a big multi-block structure, and I had it put into an 11x11, and then I was just pumping the power out, and you can actually connect there's parts on the walls where you can connect out that would connect to this real outside of the block here, like on a face, and then you can pump like pipe water, lava, electric, you know, energy like RF and IC2, etc. power. You can put all kinds of stuff through it, and it's really, really neat being able to do that. But I had one where it was like, I had really complex systems where you would go inside the dimension, and then in there I had more blocks, more of those things, and then in each of those there were more and I had such a complex system, and my base was just a small little like 3x3 in the overworld with one of these blocks, and then everything else was spread out across all those blocks. So it was hard when friends would come visit and be like, "Where the heck are you?" And I'm like eight dimensions deep right now, man. Like, there's no way I can explain to you where I am. Let me come out. And it got a little ridiculous. Sometimes getting a little lost. It wasn't a very smart idea, and the fact that my AE network, it doesn't cross dimensions, so I didn't have this handy dandy mod, the Wireless Crafting Terminal 2, which you can create these things called infinity energy boosters, which allow you to access your ME network from across dimensions and things at the cost of infinity energy. So when you're rich, that's not really that expensive. I'm just kind of flying around here looking at stuff. I have to remove these. There's no reason to have these machines out for now. They're not even connected to power anyways. Still, I've got to decide where I want to put my thermal factory, basically where I want to process my ores. Maybe I'll do it like in this chunk here, right next to this one. Keep these two chunk loaded. It would make sense. It's right next to my power bank, and I could place and have a few different paths for different ores. So yeah, this is hooked up to a dimensional transceiver, which is hooked up over here. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of pointless to be transferring dimensional stuff when it's literally just right here. I could just pipe it, but man, I'm gonna move this underground, or at least like not. There's no reason for it to be sitting here in the middle of the base, wasting space above ground. I just put it there so that I had something from. Put this down here last night, I think. Just so I was generating some ores. I was running out of gold and diamond, so I put some laser lenses in here, light blue and yellow, and adjusted the depth so that I could get some more ores. I was using a Buildcraft quarry. That's where a lot of my material from some of these chests came from. Speaking of, I need to go back to the mining dimension. Those compression dynamos are using some of my fuel for no reason, my mixed light fuels. So we're going to take a fun little adventure into the mining dimension. I really should put that somewhere fun. Maybe I could put it like over here, maybe like in the very center of this thing. Yeah, I'm too lazy to get my axe. Well, we'll try. To have at least, it needs to be at least 4 wide. But maybe if I just put it there, there, there. Maybe that'll work. It's the mining multi-tool. Okay, wrong thing I'm trying to type up here. Oh, I knew I already had one. Okie doke, sweet. There's no reason for that like it. I like that. I rather like that. Now, what happens if I... Oh, I can't. Okay. Oops. That's fine. I mean, it's free and open to other people now, and I can't put a door there with a, what's it called? A pressure plate, but, I'll figure that out. I was going to change the entrance anyways. But anyway, we should go to the mining world. Ooh, yeah, it changed where the portal frame started. Oh, there's my dog. I didn't know you were in the mining world, buddy. I'm so glad you're alive. Oh my gosh, I thought you were dead, buddy. Hey, come here, come here. Let's do some exercise. Down and up and down and up and down and up. There we go. Good job, buddy. Now we gotta go to the other side. Because, yeah, that's where the portal was. Now it's over here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're alive. I'm glad that it didn't spawn, like, above that crater. I'm walking everywhere. I need to walk right now. I've got my combustion engines, which are pumping in. I've got a bunch of mixed light fuels that I've been generating for like almost a week, so I've got plenty of that. One thing that's a huge pain in the butt on these machines is if you break this while there's fluid inside of it still, the fluid will split out into shards like the way that Buildcraft has it made, which honestly is more of a pain in the butt than it's worth. Like, if I should really check the config files and see if I can turn that off, because I don't like it. Yeah, I'll need this too. I guess, I mean, ooh. Okay, whew, I thought that fell down there. There's no real reason why I can't set my quarry up again. But I don't, well, I don't really have the, I don't have chests and stuff set up. And the trash can trash out most of the cobble. Oh, is that a chest on there? Oh, it's a minecart chest. Cool. Let's take a look. What's in that? Oops. I find it interesting that so tin ingots, there's things that, you know, got rid of the tin ingots and stuff from other mod packs and just use the thermal expansion one, basically just overrides it. That way you don't have to worry about certain tin ingots not accepting other tin ingots, and it gets kind of ridiculous. But you can still find other mods ingots in chests. And I don't know if that's because of some limitation or people just don't think of that. This premium hungry wonder capacitors. A capacitor, maybe. Well, I'll take a look at that. I don't really care about the rest of this that much. So many caves. I mean, the mining world is also set up to just be a world you can just go to mine. I mean, you don't have to be sitting here and quarry it out, but... Is this portal? Yeah, this one's still there. What is this going on? Oh, it made that portal in my real world, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I was curious. Well, because the portal wasn't this high last time. It was 2 blocks lower than it, so that's interesting. At least it's smart, it doesn't just wreck it. Well, I guess it just wrecked the basalt I had there, but oh well. That's fine. Whatever. Open it up. Well, at some point I want to put like a bridge or a moat or something in front of this anyways. And then that just, I don't, why does there a bee's nest in the middle of my thing? Like, what? Oh, I need to go get some EXP apparently. I do like that I found this moving wand in a chest underneath my base, and it has been a very fantastic way to move a bunch of different items to include these little beehive things. Because I don't want to get rid of them, because when I want to breed bees, I'm going to need those. I don't even have one of those yet. I have not made one. Alright, let's put that. We gotta clear out some of this inventory. I have too much crap. Too much crap. Oh dear. Let's put this in there. Pressurized fluid conduits. That's funny that ender fluid conduits are a little bit too fast for the Endervoir, which is like Enderio's infinite water type dealio. Rather than like sitting there and pumping water for forever, it kind of does the same thing. You put 2 buckets of water in it, and it just constantly produces water. It's being extracted out. But if you put an ender fluid conduit on here, it extracts it so fast that it can't reproduce water again because it extracts out too much of it at once. The pressurized fluid conduit thankfully works just fine, just extracts it enough. And I've got a black hole tank here that's just infinitely sucking down the water, because my goal is to hook this up to an ender tank at some point and just have one ender wire as opposed to like 8, 9, 10. You saw the one that I had in the mining world, and I've got one at oil 9 over there. Which is where I pumped my latest batch of oil from. Sweet. Surprised there's no monsters down here. Usually is every time I fly down there. Alright, well, yeah, I usually build some scaffolding to get up. Not that I need to because I can fly, but scaffolding is a convenient way to build up. I use IC2 scaffold because it's super cheap. Right, let's go ahead. We'll break the fluid conduit. You know what? I never even stopped. I forgot to take down the rest of those engines. I'm gonna wait for this water. Well, I don't want to wait for the water to drain. End of while. Don't need this anymore. that. I can turn that off. Let the water drain out that way. And I can, if I break this, these mixed light fuels are gonna blow all out here into like these little 500 liter, or 500 rather, not necessarily liters, millibucket shards, and that waste energy space. They don't stack. So a smarter idea is taking it all out. Luckily, you can use a tank to extract all of the light fuel at once and get it, and not have to waste inventory space on all those stupid shards. I do forget about that often though, which sucks. And we can go down here and break the bottom scaffold, and all the rest of them will fall. Charge my jetpack here soon. Right, well, that's the next. We gotta find some more oil. I found an oil biome, but I've already got all the oil out of it for the most part, all the major ones. There are smaller oil deposits that I don't usually waste my time on. Let's take a look at this one. It looks like it's a bigger one. Yep, sweet. Yeah, it's gotta have that plus. If it's just one down, I don't waste my time on it right now. You have to have at least the 5 blocks. That means it's a pretty big deposit. So we'll go ahead and throw this bad boy up. So actually, I'm gonna put this in here. I wish I brought more slate with me, but that's fine. I don't even need that ender pearl. I don't know why I got it. Well, let's just use cobblestone to get out there. Okay. That's why scaffolding is nice. Because if you left click it with the one on your hand, it just places one on a higher block. And scaffolding you can only build out 3, like I can't put another one here or anything. And then we'll place the pump here. We will place this inner tank is connected back in the base to extract. Oops. No, that's where I wanted to put it. Good. Alright, let's place our slate down here. Just to have a little bit of place to set things. I'm going to place the combustion engine, excuse me, on the very top. The lever to turn it on. I can put these mixed light fuels back into it. I can take I'll just use my pressurized fluid conduits. I just need 2 of them. One for this side and one for this side. I always set them to insert only. There's not really any reason to do this because I can't extract this. The only thing that can extract anyways, which is resin, but burning fuel does not produce resin. So I don't have to worry about that. If you were burning pure oil in the combustion engine, you would. And when I build the end of wire here, I'm going to need to set that to extract, but not yet. I want to put the water in it first. Like I said, you need to put 2 buckets. So I can place 2 buckets out of my water tank there. Now it will produce infinite water so long as it's not extracted too fast. Set it to always active, it'll fill up with water. And last but not least, I have an ender tank here, which is filled with those mixed light fuels from my base. and I can set that to extract as well, so it will, oops, keep filling up. And now we can turn around. Yep, it's hooked up. Alright, and we should see this extract pretty quickly, because it operates at 3 megajoules a tick. I used to have this hooked up to dense fuel. This I should not really use the 3 white indoor storage tank either, because as soon as somebody else on the server makes one, they'll automatically be connected to mine. That's why these things aren't really that. These things are great for small servers, but on large servers it can be a huge pain because people can easily tap into your supply. Nothing's stopping them. Especially the 3 white ones, because it's the default, so you could see that exactly. Not that anyone on our server would steal that, but it can make it more difficult for them to use. Alright, well, we did that, so I'm going to go ahead and claim these chunks so that I can chunk load them, so that the oil will still pump. And I should go back to my oil 9 and unload those chunks, because I don't need them anymore. Okay. Then we can head home. There's a lot of astral temples all around. That's kind of cool. And back here at base, over there on the, this is where I have my other tank set up. This is where my oil tank is set up. It's automatically being extracted into this black hole oil tank. And like I said, the oil's being processed down into refined fuel, which is being pumped into my compression dynamos, and that's where all of my power generation is coming from. It's just 4 compression dynamos that have been upgraded with a few 2 transmission coils and an ignition plug. So each one of these can produce 600 RF a tick at once right now. And I can still increase that further. I haven't yet. These mixed light fuels aren't being produced anymore. But I've got 9,000 buckets. You know, this is measured in millibuckets, so 9 million millibuckets. It will take a long time for that to drain. So I'm not worried about producing any more of it yet. In fact, I was using dense fuel for a while there, which is a further process of the dense oil. I wasn't even using mixed light fuels, because one of the things that sucks about that whole process is none of the other mods use the other fuels. Well, I mean, the compression dynamos can take it, but the ignition plugs only accept refined fuel, which sucks. I wish ignition plugs accepted the other fuels from Buildcraft. They only accept refined fuel from thermal, so not a big deal. And Industrial Craft 2 doesn't play well with the Buildcraft stuff yet. I say yet, like I don't know if they ever will, because Buildcraft went ahead and changed their whole system and made like tons of oil and tons of fuels. It used to just be oil, a distillery, and fuel. Like this used to be the not distillery. This used to be called the refinery. It looked a little different, but it was basically this shape. And you just pumped oil into it, and out came fuel. You had to power it, of course, too, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Now you have to use heat exchangers, and you put in, which is like a 3 long block, and you gotta pump in oil on one side or something, and then a heated fluid from the other side, and then yeah, it's a whole thing. All the oils and fuels have 3 different states: cool, hot, and searing, and it has to be in its cool form in order to be used as fuel. Like this is mixed light fuels, put that parenthesis there, you know, it goes on, but that's cool, meaning it can be burned. Just like crude oil cool, you can burn this directly, but it's just not really efficient. And in Buildcraft, in combustion engines, it produces residue, which you have to pump out. Otherwise, they'll stop working when they fill up. And residue's worthless, so as far as I know. I'm gonna start clearing out this path. I don't want to get too far because, yeah, I marked spawn there. If I break things out, spawn would, if when he spawns in, he might die. So I'll leave that little bit there, but I want to put the rest of the space. Fix the rest of this up and you know, get rid of some of these hills. Uh-oh. Okay, my game froze for a bit there. Want to go, guys? Let me get my dynamite. I don't have a whole lot left. Oh yeah, I got a little bit. This is what I was doing earlier. See those squares? This is what causes them. But yeah, I was like aerial bombing. Let's try to pinpoint stuff from this high up. Like a stealth bomber. Boom! Didn't even see it coming. That's why there's those holes all around. This is what I was doing the other day. For no reason. All those little squares. You can tell I had some fun earlier. Alright. Yeah, back to the grind. Which, I'm not even sure what the hell I want to do next, man. Like, there's a bunch of stuff to do. Things that I'm not necessarily looking forward to. Like getting all these machines connected back up again with pulverizers and all that crap, so I can start working on things again. But, oh, well, you know what? I'm not really too worried about that because I'm kind of just messing around right now anyways, because once my friend can come on, I'll be starting over more or less anyways. I'll still have this base here and I'll still plan on finishing this up when I can, but I'll have this place for experiments. Really wish I knew where my saddles were, man. Like, I would love to ride one of them horses. I found some saddles, but I just have no idea where I put them. My saddle horse has died. I know I've got saddles. Can you make saddles in any mod pack? Oh, sweet. Well, that beats having to find them. Oops. I heard that too late. Yeah, you gotta, like, get hearts with them or something first, I think, don't you? Onwards, horsey. Hurry, because that spider's coming. Let's head into my base, where it's nice and safe. Except for that spider that's up front. Can I bring you into the mining world? No, I don't think so, because I have to left shift. Oh! Oh! I forgot about that. Uh-oh. Maybe he went. Maybe he doesn't need to be sneaking. Well, there he is. Hey, buddy. Berkey, I need you back in the real world, man. Alright, come on. Come on, Barky. I need you to come through. Crap. I'm trying to push him through so he stays in my base. There we go. Not that it's really that even useful, and if I keep him out here, I'm going to have to make a separate horse hole. Oh, that's what they do in real castles, right? They make a horse hole. Well, oh no, they usually keep them in a stable, don't they? Shoot some horse armor for you. Aw, see, I can't make horse armor, but I know that I found some, I swear though. I just wish I knew where I had put it. You know what we can do? Nope. Here it is. Haha. On guard, my trusty steed. Or not on guard, but let's go. Alright, this is gonna hurt us, mage, but it'll be fine. Actually, you know what we should do is go. Let's do this far down. So I'm all the way around because I don't have any other way to do this. Let's see what the others are doing. I did make a little pathway to their base, so. Ah! What? No! 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 What are you doing? He's getting stuck on stuff. Okay. Alright, I might need to make that one wider. Good to know. It's not wide enough for my horse to come through. Let's see if we can find a way in. Probably not. Because he probably doesn't have... Yeah, I can't jump too high. I can only jump one high. Jesus. I wasn't expecting. Oh, hey, horsetail. Might need that for something. Oh, it's not safe out here. Oh, I don't like skellies. What the is? Oh. Hey, you don't hurt my horsey. That was weird. Was that just an eclipse or something? Or no? Huh, I'm confused. Yeah, it's 6 in the morning. I don't know. I'm really confused as to why all of a sudden there were mobs and suddenly now there's not. Because nobody slept. I guess I can just take a look back and see. Interesting. Okay, well we're not trusting the bridge, that's for dang sure. I'm so glad that Barky's alive. You have no idea. Like, that had me worried sick. I really thought he was dead. Because I killed a few other wolves that were my donkeys, but not Barky. Barky all of a sudden was gone. I didn't realize he'd come with me to the mining world. Alright, horsey, well, it's time for you to give up your goodies. It was fun while it lasted. Except it wasn't really. Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and just end the stream there though. There's not any major reason to keep it continuing. It's been fun, but I've got a bunch of things to do offline that aren't going to be fun as it is. I got things to mine. So, time to end it.